Hey, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started with this lesson today, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right. Now, in this lesson, all right, Lord willing, the title of this lesson will be "The Whole World is Heading Towards a Technocracy." All right, the whole world is heading towards a technocracy. All right, if not, we're already in it. You see, and I just wanted to get this video here by Forbes breaking news and get the title. And I want to show this image that I have shown up here. All right, and it's going to show you, all right, how Trump, in America are heading towards a technocracy, and really the whole world. China's on board. All right, Russia, all these other nations that are on board with technology. All right, heading towards a technocracy. All right. Now, as you see here, all right, when President Trump, first came into office, all right, second term, you see he's right next. You got these technocrats right behind him. Lord willing, we get that the definition of a technocrat, but it says breaking Trump. I'm gonna read. It says here. It says breaking Trump flanked by Larry Ellison, Sam Altman, and Masayoshi Son announces Project Stargate. You see, and these are all technocrats. You see, now what do why do you have to ask this question? What do technology experts have anything to do with politics? You see, but we see this place again is going towards a technocracy, man. All right, and I was watching the Elder Yashawamba and his news and prophecy lesson, and he was going into this same topic, and he said, look up these names, and I did, and I found something out interesting about Masayoshi's son. You see, so again, all right, these people that are right behind Trump are all technocrats in the White House. What do they have to do with politics? But it shows you that we're heading towards a technocracy, man. All right, so let's get this word technocrats, because that's what these people are. All right, if I can zoom in, these people, you see, technocrats looking weird. You see, nerds. All right, so let's get into this. Let's see. Yep, technocrat. All right, it says a technocrat. I got the AI overview here on Google. It says a technocrat. A technocrat is an individual with specialized technical knowledge, such as an engineer or scientist who holds positions of governmental power and makes decisions based on expertise rather than public opinion. The concept of technocracy and a technocrat and technocracy are what synonymous with each other. It says the concept of technocracy suggests a system of governance by these technical experts, right? People that vote on in office, they ain't gonna be they ain't gonna be telling you what to do anymore. All right, public, elected officials. No, it's gonna be these technocrats. All right, and that's a what do you call it? A technocracy. You see, it says governance of these technical experts who believe that scientific and technological knowledge can best solve complex societal problems. You see, while technocrats are often appointed to ministerial positions in Western democracies to handle complex policy areas, the ideal of a government completely run on by experts is a subject of ongoing debate, right? So these technocrats are people that you didn't even vote on. You see? Matter of fact, let's get this word technocracy. Matter of fact, hold on, let's go back. Let's go down a little bit. It says a technocrat, a simple definition, an exponent or advocate of technocracy. You see? And all these people are technocrats. All right, Larry Ellison, Sam Altman, Masayoshi Son. And we're specifically going to get into my Masayoshi Son. All right. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. All right. It says here, I'm going to get a definition about technocracy. It says technocracy, the government or control of society or an industry by an elite of technical experts. You see? So it's no longer going to be government elected officials telling you what to do and telling you what you can't do. No, it's going to be technocrats. All right. Now that's why you have Bill Gates telling you, and he's supposed to be some top. He's a technocrat, but yet he's buying out farmland. And he's telling you what you can and cannot eat. Now he's the face of health all of a sudden. You see, he's not elected as some type of health expert. He's a technocrat. But we see this place is coming to a technocracy, man. All right, and ultimately, all right, with the technocracy being about, is going to bring about all right the mark of the beast, man. And Revelation 13 and 16 don't seem so strange, man. Now that we see all right this technology advancing, all right, the technocracy is advancing, man. You see, so let's get into Masayoshi Son. All right, because I was looking up each of their names, Sam Altman, let's see, Sam Altman, Larry Ellison. They're technocrats basically. They're about technology, and then you have Masayoshi Son, and that's what really made me want to do this lesson, because if you go into Masayoshi Son, he's the CEO of SoftBank, and I looked up what is SoftBank. All right, and at first, all right, I just looked up SoftBank, all right, and it told me straight up that SoftBank, was invested in chips. You see, but I couldn't get that no more. They probably took it off after I searched it up. But I put in SoftBank investing in what? Chip technology, right? The microchip. You see, it says SoftBank is investing $2 billion into Intel to secure an equity stake and strengthen U.S. semiconductor innovation, aligning with SoftBank's existing semiconductor exposure and the U.S. government's push to bolster domestic chip manufacturing. You see? So all this technology talking, the technology advancing is going to lead to the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID CHIP. Okay? And we see Donald Trump setting up these people next to them. And it shows you where this place is headed. All right? To the MOTB, man. All right, so it says bolster domestic chip manufacturing. This investment is part of SoftBank's broader commitment to advanced technology, right? A technocrat. It says Masayoshi Son is a technocrat. It says in the U.S. and follows a recent separate $6.5 billion deal to acquire an Ampere Computing, a U.S. chip designer startup. You see, so we see Esau making his move, man. Esau is moving. What is that? Operation Warp Speed. Esau moving about with his agenda, man. And what is his ultimate agenda? All right, to have everybody chipped. With the RFID CHIP to have control over the whole earth, man. And we see the whole earth heading to a technocracy, technology advancing, AI, chip manufacturing. See, all this we see, we see prophecy playing out before our eyes, man. You see, so I just want to do I did a little looking up Masayoshi Son, and I found that interesting, and I just want to get into the scriptures. Let's get Revelation 13 and 16, and we always go into this, man. We always go into Revelation 13, 16. We always tell you, the same thing. Same thing. We always tell you the same thing, man. All right. It's the same thing. All right. Tomorrow is going to be the same thing. It was the same thing yesterday. It's going to be the same thing today. The same breakdown. You see all these other camps that tell you, different breakdowns every other month. They don't got the truth, man. All right. Us here at GMS, we got the 100% truth, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, man. All right, Revelation 13 and 16. All right, and this prophecy is very important, all right, because it's going to determine whether you be delivered or not. You see, and if you don't have other camps teaching about this, they're not true prophets. They're not true watchmen, all right, to the house of Israel. Matter of fact, you go into the mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast or the RFID chip. That's the great hour of temptation. Let's get Revelation 3 before I get into Revelation 13 and 16. Let's see. It says Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. All right. And that's the elect ultimately. Keeping the word of Yahweh by Shem Shai. All right. Through the thick and thin. You see, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So since you kept the faith until the end. Look, I'm gonna keep you from the hour of temptation. And what is the hour of temptation? All right, when the MOTB, or the mark of the beast, is mandatorily implemented upon the people of the world. All right, you see, where you're not going to be able to buy and sell without that chip. You see, it says that our temptation which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. Right, it's a great time of trying. It's going to test you to see what you're really about. You see, that's why it's very important to warn about this prophecy so that you can have your mind set toward this prophecy, to not take it. You see, because if you take it, guess what? You're going to be destroyed. All right. So let's get back into Revelation 13 and 16. All right, and don't let anybody deceive you, man. The mark of the beast is not sleeping with the white woman. The mark of the beast is not a sin, or the mark of the beast is not philosophy. It's not that. The mark of the beast is the RFID CHIP, man. And the more and more prophecy comes along, the more and more it's going to be clear and evident that the mark of the beast is the RFID CHIP, man. And you're going to know that a prophet has been among you, telling you what the true mark of the beast is, man. All right, and that's the men of great millstone on down, who have constantly been pushing this doctrine, constantly been pushing this prophecy since the beginning, man. But to go into it, Revelation 13 and 16, and he, who is the he? The beast, all right, which is NATO and the EU, which they're all Edomite ruled kingdoms. All right, so ultimately Esau Edom, he, all right, and he, or Esau Edom, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see? And going into small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, these are all individual people. Whether you be small in the society, whether you be great in the society, whether you be rich, whether you be poor in the society, whether you be free or whether you be bond in jail, to receive a mark. And that mark there is the RFID CHIP, man, today. All right? It says in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, let's get this in the NLT. Verse 17, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. You see, so without that chip, you will not be able to buy and sell or participate in society, man. And that's where the society is heading. All right, that's where the society is heading to. All right, toward a RFID chip, where if you don't have that market, that chip, you will not be able to buy and sell. You won't participate in society. You're gonna be X'd out of society. All right, you're gonna be a rogue. All right, and that's gonna be the great trying. Do you want to eat? Do you want to buy and sell? Do you want to participate in society? All right, or do you want to go starve? And that's gonna be the test. You see, and this society is going to come. This whole world is basically going to come to the mark of the beast, man. You see, we see society heading towards that, man. It's soon. All right, this prophecy is going to come to pass, man. All right, and when you have those shipping stations set up, all right, again, you're going to know that a prophet has been among you, man. All right, so let's get into that word mark. All right, as we always get into it, you know. And if you don't know about this, man, you need to, get in your studying, man. Unless you're new and you're just not getting into it. Well, now here you go. All right, charagma. The word mark on Revelation 13:16, that word mark in the Greek is charagma. Okay? Outline of biblical usage, a stamp, an imprinted mark. The mark stamped on the right, on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, which that's not true. There's many Antichrists. There's not just one Antichrist, but the main point I want to get is a mark branded upon horses, a thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images, you see? And you go into the a mark that's branded upon horses, all right, it was to show ownership, you see, of that particular horse. The same thing today. All right, if you take that mark of the beast, it's going to show your ownership to Esau Edom, that you're a slave to Esau Edom and his beast system. You see, and it says in the thing carved, sculpture, graven work. You see, so this charagma would have to be carved within you, in your right hand or in your forehead. You see? Or it can be in your other hand too, your left hand. You see? But it says thing carved. And what do you do when you're carving into something? You're cutting into something. And that's what needs to happen in order to implement that charagma or the mark or the RFID chip. You see? Going just like carving a pumpkin. You see, you carving a pumpkin. What are you doing to that pumpkin? You're cutting into it. All right, graven work of sculpture. All right, this is all going to show having that charagma or the mark is going to show your allegiance, and your own being owned, by Esau Edom and his beast system, starting with the elites. All right, now let's go into this root word charagma, which is karox in the Greek. It says a pale or stake, a palisade, pales between which earth stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. All right, and when I went into my other videos like this, going into the mark of the beast, I always show a picture of a stake syringe, where the syringe at the end is pointed, and sharpened to a point to what, so it can be driven within your flesh and to implement that charagma. All right, you look at a pale or a stake or a palisade, all right, or it says pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together, or a palisade or a rampart. You look at all these things. These are all things you drive into the earth. All right, at the end, look at, matter of fact, just imagine a fence, all right, a wooden fence. All right, at the end of that fence, you're going to have a sharp point, used to drive into the earth. The same thing, with that that mark, the syringe to implement, the charagma, the mark. So the karox is basically, the syringe used, or the instrument used to administer, the charagma or the mark or the RFID chip. It says here the strongest definition, karox from karaso, to sharpen to a point. You see, akin to G 1125 through the idea of scratching. Right, it's scratching through your flesh. It's cutting through your flesh. You see, so the stake syringe or the syringe, which has the mark in it or the chip in it, all right, the syringe cuts into your skin. It goes inside your hand. All right, it cuts into your skin. You see, and that syringe also has a sharpened point to cut into the skin, and they're going to implement, all right, that mark. And I again on this video, on this page, I've showed it many times. I've even showed it on video of this happening to people already getting the mark. You see, that's all we know. Look, the mark of the beast is already here, man. It's just not being mandatorily implemented, but it's already here. You already have people taking it. You see? Now let's get into this word grapho, the root word of karox. It says to write with reference to form of letters. To delineate to or form letters on a tablet, parchment paper, or other material. To write with reference to the contents of the writing. Right, and this is going to be the information that's going to be inside that chip. You see, and that all your information is going to be inside that chip. Your name, your age, the year you were born, your social security, your medical information. All your information is going to be on that chip. You see, to the point where Esau Edom, he can just shut it off. You're not abiding with the beast system, or you shut off now. Now you cut off from society. And even if you didn't take it at all, you're going to be X'd out of society. You're going to be a nobody in the society. Because your whole identity is going to be attached to that charagma, that mark. You see, the chip. All your information is going to be on there, man. Your bank information. All right, so that's what that grapho is talking about. All right, all the information, all your information that will be written in that chip, man. You see, and man, there's so many videos out there, going into this, man. But even on this page, it's so. But with that, just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, again, Revelation 13 and 16. All right, that mark is talking about the RFID CHIP. All right, the RFID chip. You see? All right, and if you're to take that mark, you will be destroyed by Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. All right? But if you remain faithful, if you're in his truth, calling upon the true names, and you remain faithful unto the end, all right, you're going to be rewarded with everlasting life, new bodies, all right, salvation. You see, so going back, all right, this shows, all right, the type of time in Esau Edom on, man. All right, to bring these technocrats inside of the White House, and be involved politically and stuff. It shows the route that this world is taking, man, and really America. It shows the route that America's taking, heading towards a technocracy, man. All right, an AI society. All right, with AI infrastructure. You see? So that was pretty much it, man. With that, hey, shalom.